Hey y'all, welcome back to Built to Rise Founder Stories with Charente Car. Today we're with Hans Doos,
Hi.
who I am really excited to meet because he's the founder of this. Have y'all seen this? This is the Tentacle, which is so adaptive and such a great content creation tool because it really can go anywhere. It's before we saw all those extra things, with the suction on the TikTok shop and that endorsement. This has been around for the test of time. And with everything going on in the United States, things are getting wonky, businesses are getting scared, and there's also a lot of anxiety. And instead of him saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and call it in, he said, you know what? I'm going to be the solution to a problem that I'm having. But I'm going to let him explain what happened and how he got here.
Yeah, so the tariffs hit and it really hurt a lot of businesses. And I just knew I needed to do something. I wasn't going to sit around and wait for the problems to get solved for me. So I decided, what the heck, I'm going to open a factory myself. And we're going to be a solution for not only my own company, but for other brands as well, because everyone's kind of in this together at the moment. And decided, you know what, let's do a silicone molding factory here in the US, one of the only ones that's serving consumer products, period, because we need it.
Absolutely. I will say I talk to all my friends in the PR sphere, and when I say people are quaking, they are quaking in their boots. And I just think it's dope when I heard your story to say, you know what, I'm going to do a mindset shift and I'm going to be the solution to my problem. My question for you is, first of all, you have a successful company, things are moving, money is shaking, hands are making, and now you have to change it all. Yeah. What was that shift? Did you have to grieve that at all? Because we're also in the middle of pretty much nowhere, aka Lake Elsinore. Okay, yeah. This is a really big shift. So what was that mentally? What happened?
Yeah, you know what? It was, for me, I have two young kids. I have an 8-month-old and a 2-year-old, and I just thought, I don't want them to look at dad. At one point, he did something really cool, but things got really tough, and that's why he has this job now. I wanted it to be a success story to them and show perseverance no matter how hard things get. And believe me, it's been really hard. So for me, it was, I need to do something not only for my own business and for helping other businesses, but just to prove to my kids perseverance and just sticking with it is the most important thing.
So I have a question for you, just on because you said you're also married.
Yeah.
Is how did that go? How was she able to support you in this level of change? Because saying you're going to go from actually creating the concept and letting someone else manufacture it to, I'm going to be the manufacturer, that's a pretty big step.
Yeah.
So how did that go?
You know what? Bless my wife's heart. She has gone through it with me because I am doing, I don't know, for some reason, I just feel like I choose the hardest way possible to do stuff. And she's been so supportive. And bless her heart, 2 young babies at home, and she's handling it. But she's always been incredibly supportive. I was on Shark Tank, and during that period, we lived in an RV together because she believed in my dreams. So, yeah, she's awesome.
You do what you have to do, but you guys didn't stay in the RV.
Yep, we made it out of the RV. That's
yes,
yeah.
Because some people don't make it out the RV. They're like, van life for life, and we're like, what happened to the kids?
Yeah.
So
kids are good.
Well, that's a good thing. Yeah. So I will say this is that mindset shifting is so important, especially as an entrepreneur, because you think things are going to go one way. We have the solution and we have the passion and we're so excited with the naivety glasses on. And so my question for you is, what are some things you've had to build into your routine to keep you resilient?
Just showing up every day. Things get really tough sometimes, and you just got to show up. Every day there's a different problem, and that's just part of it. It isn't the destination. It really is. I know that's kind of corny, but what else are you going to do? Just enjoy your life and work on something that matters to you. I think that's really important.
I love that because a lot of people are not consistent at showing up, even for themselves. They will have an issue and they'll literally call it in. So how's your team taking this? Because you've had a really successful company. You guys went on Shark Tank. You guys, it was amazing. And then you're transitioning into this manufacturing. I'm guessing there's growing pains. Is there not?
Yeah, I mean, we're processing the changes for sure. Everyone has been just really gung-ho on the idea, which has been awesome. and have been willing to, do what kind of needs to be done to get this thing off the ground and pivoting into a new realm here. So it is an entirely new business and a new entity, and some good folks are coming along for that other journey with the new business.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Let's pause here. Ask you about your technical expertise because, like I said, this is a really big shift, my guy.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
So, how are you doing that? Like, are you talking to people? Are they mentoring you? You told me that you guys went to China to figure out what type of machinery you guys are going to get. Like, can you tell me about that experience?
Yeah. So, because I worked on developing my own product, I really knew a lot of the machinery and the processes that were required. And we went shopping in China for machines. That was really cool. We actually bought a machine there, and we are shipping it here to our facility where we're at, and that'll be here next month. But the technical part, we're focused on silicone compression and transfer molding, which is actually a very, very simple process, and it's a process that not a lot of folks are doing in the US, especially not for consumer goods. So basically what it is like a raw material that you put in like a waffle maker, and it's heated with the mold of the shape that you're trying to make, and it squishes the material and heats it and vulcanizes it, and then you get a solid part out. Like this part actually was run on our machine while we were there in China, which is really exciting.
That is exciting because
Yeah.
I see a lot of stuff going on right here.
Yep.
Is this some of the different molds that you guys have been playing with?
Yeah, so these are customers that we are working on right now on their products.
Is this a handlebar?
Yeah, it's for a wheelchair actually.
That is awesome because you can see the little person on the side.
Yeah.
Do y'all see that? I think that's really dope.
Yeah. So these are brands that we are working with at the moment to get going as soon as this machine gets here. So we're excited about that.
It makes sense. So I know for you is that because of this pivot, you're going to have to also change who you're talking to. So what's the plan for CES? Like, I know y'all are not going to have a booth because no product, no booth kind of, I understand that mindset. So what is your plan? Can people meet you there?
Yeah, we plan to have this thing launched by then. This is a product that I patented. Excited to show it off. It's like you've seen the suction pads, but this one is a grip and it has a magnet in it. And what I patented is that you can bend it. So it's like a stand and you can do that. So we're going to show off cool products that we're making, and we're going to show off what we can do for other brands. And CES will be fun in that way.
I am so excited. Where can people possibly find you? Are you going to be at the Venetian mainly or the Las Vegas Convention Center?
We don't have a booth. We're just going to be walking the floor and handing these out. So if you see us with a backpack full of stuff manufacturing, we make stuff, that'll be us. Yeah.
Okay. Watch out for them, y'all, at CES. Okay. They're going to be there.
Yep.
So now my question for you is, what was the vetting process like? Because like I said, you're switching industries, you're having to make new business relationships, but also not get got at the exact same time because it's all negotiation.
Yep.
So how did that process go?
Yeah, so surprisingly, it doesn't need to cost that much to produce in the US, especially if you're doing things with molds. Basically, the goal is to get as many cavities in a single mold at a time. So every cycle that you run, which usually is between 2 and 3 minutes, you're getting the most parts that you can out of each cycle. So if we're working with brands that have bigger parts, that means less cavities that can fit in the mold. And so the cost is going to be a little higher because the cost to run the machine, the cost for employing the folks running it, that gets divided by how many parts you can put out per hour. The actual cost of raw materials and everything is actually not that expensive, and we're able to beat overseas landed cost because the way that we design the molds and making sure that we have enough cavities, and we're just really efficient on that. So kind of the trick when you're talking to new customers, you want to just, number one, make sure that their parts aren't too big, it's not going to be too expensive, and because sometimes that might actually still be more economical overseas. But also making sure, do they really have a reason to invest in new molds? Because that's a serious cost, $10,000, $15,000 to tool new molds, sometimes more than that. And if they're only running, 10,000 parts a year, it may not be worth it to them to entirely tool new molds. But if they're launching new products, that's the perfect customer for us. You know, they're launching new items, and we're there for that development process. Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. So actually, let's move on to the next location because I want people to see some things.
Okay.
And we're back, just like that. You're like, Charente, the pause wasn't that long. I know. But I wanted to show you guys where we're actually going to be and where the stuff is going to get stored, because this really just opened up yesterday. That's why I mean, like, business is always evolving. And I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like, because this is where people are going to be able to have their product be housed temporarily until it gets moved out, right?
Right. Well, there's two sides. So we have that side over there. We'll have some production over there, and then we'll also have production here. So our extrusion lines, some of our hydraulic presses will be on this side, and then storage as well. But the goal is to not have too much product ever stored at a single time. You know, we want things flowing. Mm-hmm. So we have the outside area, which we can walk into later and show you where the trucks are going to be, and products are just going to go right on the trucks.
I absolutely love this. And question, so was there anything different that you had to do because of the fact that you opened a new business, like a business license and stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially for manufacturing, there's a little bit more hoops to jump through. But we had to create an entirely new business, and we did this as a corporation. My old other business, Tentacle, is an LLC. So entirely new business, new investors, a whole new setup, trademark, all that stuff. So yeah, it was definitely a lot of work to get off the ground, but I had this idea back in May. Yeah, and here we are in the warehouse.
That is so quick, because it's October. That's very quick, because some people are like, no, it takes 4 years to get things moving slowly.
If you just do things, you can do things, yeah.
I absolutely love that. So let's go ahead and show them the second warehouse area.
Cool.
So I have a few more questions. I also wanted to show this area because this is where the main machine is going to be. Mm-hmm. And you guys are going to have all the other ones on the other side. But you guys should know what you're getting into, because the thing is that when it's manufacturing, it's going to look barren until the machines are here.
Exactly. Yeah, we have a lot to build out still, but that thing gets here next month, and yeah, we'll get cranking.
The sky's the limit.
Exactly.
I absolutely love that. So I have a question when it comes to the vision for this. Mm-hmm. Where do you see your guys' selves in 3 to 5 years, maybe?
Yeah. Well, more machines. The goal is to get each machine running as close to 24 hours as possible, which would justify adding a new machine, new production line, getting things ramped up and going. And we're really looking at robotics to help us. I think, reindustrializing to the US is a tough game, and we really have to have technology on our side to help us be really efficient. And so, yeah, we're excited about trying some new things in that space, and just growing the footprint as much as we can and helping as many brands as we can in producing their products here in the States.
I absolutely love that. And I'm guessing the more you guys are doing, the more you possibly are going to have to even potentially move locations.
Right.
Which is an entire thing.
Which is why we have the buildings kind of moving that way as we go. So
that makes sense to me, because I was like, I can just think about the big rigs having to move that and how long that takes.
Yeah.
So,
but if you start small and you have a low overhead, you can be profitable right out the gate, and you can pass on those savings to your customers. You don't need to charge so much. And I think that's a big problem in the US. A lot of factories, they build up a ton of overhead, and unfortunately, that is what drives up the cost. So they end up only working on defense contracts or aerospace or medical and really high margin industries, and all the consumer products just kind of get forgotten about. And that's what we're here to fix.
I absolutely love that, because as a consumer myself, and also as an entrepreneur, I love the best of both worlds.
Right.
And I know for me is that there are a lot of companies that are looking for a solution like you. Mm-hmm. You will solve a lot of headaches and anxiety attacks that people are having actively, right? I can't make this up, y'all. I get so many phone calls at 3 a.m. and I'm like, it's going to be okay. Breathe. It's not happening right now. Like, it's all good.
Yeah.
So, let's show them where the trucks are going to go, and then let's wrap this up, because I want people to know where they can find you, but they're going to find that information out when we get outside.
All right.
So we're outside where they're going to be having the trucks come and receive the stuff to get to their customers. I just wanted to also give y'all another person to see from the business, because you're going to be talking to him to kind of like, get the deal and have them manufacture your stuff. So can you introduce yourself to everyone?
Yeah, my name's Corey Porter. I am the director of stuff manufacturing here with Hans, my partner, and we're both co-owners in the company and just excited to get things rolling.
Absolutely. So he'll be on the phone. Don't be shocked when it's not him, okay? Just don't be shocked. Where can people find you guys, and how can they start with you if they're already really ready to work with you prior to CES? Because you guys are having the factory open in the next month or so.
Shoot either of us an email, hans@stuffmfg.com or corey@stuffmfg.com. We will be here to answer any questions and help you get set up. Or visit our website, stuffmfg, like stuff manufacturing, because we make stuff.com.
They make it easy too.
We try to
okay.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, I just want to thank you guys for being so impromptu with me and being able to do this interview so fast. Because I literally was like, are y'all free in a couple of days? And they said, yeah. And I'm like, yes, let's go ahead and do this, because you guys have such an empowering, resilient story. And a lot of people are not doing what you do. They get stuck, they throw in the towel, and they said, we just can't do this no more. So I just want to thank you guys for your time, showing us your area, aka your crib, okay, for this successful business that is underway. Like, subscribe, and who should we interview next?